episode 72, part 1 of Kenya's premier sports video podcast, the 3/4 podcast. As usual, we'd like to remind you to jump onto the hashtag Road to Japan to support the Kenya Simbas as they are still looking to qualify for the Rugby World Cup in 2019 in Japan. I'm Denise Duffield.
And I'm Ngaro Kamuya.
So we start with Elgon Cup. We have the away fixture on the 26th.
Yeah.
Now, where do we're looking at things like where do you think the game will be won? What do we expect? Like, what kind of team do we expect to be picked, selected rather, for this encounter?
Yeah. First, it's good to note that the Kenya Simbas have been in Nanyuki for a 3-day training, and from the pictures you're seeing,
it's hard work.
Yeah,
I've been talking to a few of the boys, and they're like, "Yo, this needs to stop."
Yeah, they've been putting in a lot of hard work. They trained with the British Army, and it's commendable. You can only say that it's commendable. Again, going in line with what head coach Ian Snooker said, that it's more to do with conditioning, and that conditioning is what's going to get us over the last hurdle, for lack of a better word. And so it's very commendable, and I like the fact that, it should have been done earlier, but I like the fact that the union is actually putting some emphasis on 15s and preparing them well for what's going to be a very tough qualifiers. As you say, the first game, of course, is Elgon Cup, which is going to be on the 26th of May in Kampala, the Legends ground. Which team do I expect to be chosen? There's a lot of conversation about the team that's going to line up, primarily because I think head coach Ian Snook is more focused on the World Cup qualifiers. So Elgon Cup for him is just like a warm-up game, and I would not be surprised if his strongest squad is not chosen. Remember, this is the first outing Kenya Simbas are going to have, so under a new regime, under a new game plan, and basically a new setting. It's a new team. It's not the quintessential team that we've been seeing for the last 4 or 5 years. So this is his first chance to test his game plan, see where the conditioning has worked. And I would not be shocked if he doesn't choose his strongest team, because I'm sure he'd be fearing for injuries. Things like injuries. So look, some part of me feels like, yes, of course, we do want to win it. We do want to win this game. But some part of me feels like I understand where Ian Snook is coming from. This is just not a regular year. This is a World Cup year. And as such, he has to think about the end game as opposed to thinking about what's going to happen now. But all in all, I think it's going to be a decent squad. The 35 guys who have been chosen to represent the Simbas this year are very talented and are very capable. Many of them having featured for the Simbas before and knowing the gravitas of the situation when it comes to the Elgon Cup. So whatever team it's going to be, I do think it's going to be a good team. Why do I think the game is going to be won? Breakdown. Last year, they really exerted themselves at the breakdown. They were dominant. The physicality of the breakdown was 10 times greater than ours. And that's why Uganda gave us problems last year. We were lucky to win away, but George Scott Oluoch, I'm trying to remember the other two back rows, they really dominated the breakdown. The physicality of the breakdown was immense, and I think that's going to be what's going to win it. What's going to win it this year. I also think the number 10s, Ivan Kirabo, last year had a very good game at number 10. His kicks, oh my God, even Tony Onyango, our fullback, he
was complaining about it.
Yeah, sometime last year, I don't know, we were having a conversation with him and he told me, wow, that game in Uganda was very tough. Ivan Kirabo was always just chipping, just behind Tony Onyango, Jacob Oji, and Dion Mukidza. So I also think he's going to be, of course he plays, then of course Philip Okorach is also going to be a pain in our backside. But the breakdown, I think, is what's going to be the winner in this game.
I think one thing that might happen, or we might end up seeing, is a few key players. Because obviously we've got the home leg, and Elgon Cup is generally won on aggregate. So we've still got the home leg where we can put all our strong players in, because that will be in between, like somewhere in the middle of the international season. Well, it'll be part of it. So for this game, maybe he'll have a few rookies, maybe 1 or 2 here. Okay, not 1 or 2, a few more than 1 or 2. But sort of testing, seeing where they are, in comparison to all the other players. Seeing how well they fit or gel with everyone else. And then maybe picking a stronger squad for the next fixture against Uganda. Uganda.
Oh yeah, you make a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, and it would be good to get these guys going and running, and get these guys understand the pressure that comes with international rugby. So whatever squad it is, I think it's going to be a decent squad, and I am just looking forward to the new game plan, and second, the physicality and the conditioning, and our boys I think are going to be very fit.
Especially the conditioning, in the sense that being Kenyans, our rugby is known for like our backs.
Yes.
Most of the time we're not known to generally be the biggest guys.
Yes.
But we're more of we're quicker, we're leaner.
Yes.
But now you see Uganda more or less the same.
Yes.
In the sense that they've also got that quick and lean guys.
Yes.
So then it will really come down to the conditioning and who can keep going.
Yes.
After everyone else can't. So.
The games on and big games are always won after the 60th minute.
Yep.
I remember we were talking. Trying to remember Philip Kambeli. We were having a conversation with him, and he was saying the game against Namibia last year we won after we lost the game after the 60th minute, basically meaning that our conditioning was not up to par.
Yeah.
So that's where it's going to be important. Past 60 minutes, that's where. And are you still able to be as physical as you are? Are you able to match up the intensity as you are in the beginning? So yes, I do agree with you. That's what it's going to boil down to. I must add one thing I forgot. What do I expect from an atmosphere?
Yeah, I was gonna ask that. I was like, so what do you expect? Elgon Cup is always huge.
Yes.
It's one of those, and especially when you're playing in Uganda, it's never easy to win in Uganda.
Yes.
So, and the atmosphere is always so vibrant.
Yes.
So what do you expect?
I expect Kampala never disappoints.
Yeah.
They're as passionate, maybe slightly less, but they're just passionate about the game as we are. It's a derby. The other are noisy neighbors, and I'm sure they view us as their
noisy neighbors.
Kampala in itself has a very good atmosphere, vibe, nightlife, everything about fun. So I do expect that it's gonna be a lot of fun. We did have a lot of fun last year, and I think it's gonna be fun this year. And I can only wait to see. I'm sure the Kenyan contingent that will be traveling there is going to have a lot of fun. So
definitely.
Uganda, Kampala has always been a beautiful host to us guys when we go there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be a good atmosphere.
I definitely can't wait. I've got a few friends down there, within the rugby fraternity.
Yeah.
But also there's the fact that, off the pitch,
Yeah.
we're all brothers and sisters. It's all good.
Yes,
On the pitch, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
I remember last year I was in Uganda. I think it was last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Elgon Cup.
Yes.
And you could see how much passion.
Yes.
Guys are like, no, we're not gonna lose, and you're like, okay.
Same thing, by the way. Last year, on Friday, we went to, or rather I went to a bar, and and I bumped into, of course, the Ugandans. So the conversation is part of Elgon Cup, and we're talking, and that's when Joshua Chisanga had just come back. Actually, I was chatting to a guy who's a brother to the Uganda captain, Brian Odongo, and he was just talking about how they were scared of Joshua Chisanga, and we're all talking about the Elgon Cup, and you can see the passion.
Yep.
So yes, it's the atmosphere is definitely a plus, and you can always see even when they come to Kenya.
Yep.
They are the ones who
and they'll come with their fans.
And they come with their fans, yes. So for, I guess, anyone who's going to be watching this, if you haven't made up your mind, I think you should make up your mind ASAP and get your way to Kampala this weekend.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we'd love to see you there, guys.
That's true.
If you're coming, feel free to tell us.
Yeah.
On social media. Remember, you can like our page on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Demima Duffield.
And I'm Naro Kamuya.
See you in part 2.